Well, hello to our community group leaders. This is the teaching series extra for Sunday, September 17th, 2017. And we're continuing our teaching series called How to Be a Hypocrite. And just to be clear again, hypocrisy is when we use a pretend perfection to disguise our own insecurities or our own evil. And so Jesus was criticizing in Matthew chapter 23 the hypocrisy of the Pharisees. And again, they used a pretend perfection. They projected perfection. But inside was insecurity and evil. Inside were troubles and sins. And so this is a religiously transmitted disease, hypocrisy is. And we need to do whatever we can to make ourselves immune to this disease. So the center statement of this morning's message, and I'm going to center everything around this one statement, is this: it's dangerous to be a half Christian. It is dangerous to be a half Christian. And think about it, in so many areas we think, well our faith, it applies to this area but not this area. I can be a good Christian part of the time and then part of the time God will let me do what I want to. Just think how dangerous it is to be a half husband. If I decide to be a half husband, I'll be committed to my wife at home, but when I'm out I can do whatever I want to. Or let's say I want to be a half parent. Okay, I'll be there for my kids part of the time, but the other half, they're on their own. There's no other relationship in life that should work that way. Okay, it's not right to be a half husband or to be a half parent. We are expected to be all in. The same thing with Christ. We can't be a half Christian. So my challenge to you this week, based on Matthew 23, verses 1 through 4, Jesus said of the Pharisees, these hypocrites, he said they don't practice what they teach. They don't practice what they preach. So my challenge is to you this week: practice your faith. Find one area that you are living a half Christian life. You don't have to be perfect with it yet, but begin to practice in that area. So let me make this very practical. Most of us worry about something. So this week in your life, whatever it is you typically worry about, don't. Practice your faith in that area. And in a simple illustration, let's say you go for some medical tests and you need to wait a couple of days to get the results. So for many of us, we worry about getting those results. But say, you know what? Instead of worry, I'm going to practice my faith this week. I'm going to practice faith until I get that report, or I'm going to practice faith until I have that conversation with that person that I'm in conflict with. I'm going to practice my faith. I'm going to be not a half Christian, but a whole Christian. I say I believe that God has my life in His hands. I'm going to live as though that is true, because it is true. Practice your faith. It's dangerous to be a half Christian, but it is rewarding to be a whole Christian. Thanks for your leadership in your community groups, and may God continue to bless you, your community group, and our church. Thanks so much.